So here we go, a brand new series to complement visiting Piddly. We're off to visit a Middley station, and funnily enough, it's got Middle in the name. We're at New Mills, Newtown, and we're off to...
Middlewood?
Yes, Paddy. Cue the music. So, I've no idea where I am, but I'll let Patrick O'Shea from Max and Paddy explain where we are. Where are we, Paddy?
Middlewood?
Where?
Middlewood?
Correct. Welcome to Middlewood, the first ever visiting a Middley station. And it's Middlewood.
We're in the middle of a wood.
So this is, as the sign says, and as Paddy O'Shea says, aka Patrick McGuinness, welcome to Middlewood. This is a little station in between Hazelgrove and Disley on the Buxton line. And it is literally in the middle of a wood.
We're in the middle of a wood.
Trees, trees, trees. All railway line, more trees. And we'll have a bit more talk about the station in a minute. And here we are stood under the old railway line that ran from what is now Rosehill Marple down to Macclesfield via Bollington. And we'll go and explore that a bit later on. So yeah, Middlewood. It's in the middle of a wood. It's not Piddly, that's why we're doing this. It is Middley. And I'll explain why this is under my Middley class in a minute. And this has got to be one of the closest footpaths to a running line that I know of. Well, how far does this lead? I don't know, but this is a footpath, a legal footpath. I'm not on any of the line, I'm not trespassing. And there is the track, right there. And just to prove, there's the station and this is the Buxton line. I mean, you're right next to the tracks. I don't know, if you know of any closer footpaths to an open main line, let me know. Foot crossings do not count, by the way. So here we are, just stood by the main line, no train due now. Here for about another hour and 45 minutes. That's because this station gets a train every 2 hours, Monday to Sunday. It does get, I believe, if I remember, like an hourly service in the peaks, but this is a station that I class as Middley because it gets a service every 2 hours. And the station usage for last year was 21,114, so it's not Piddly, but it gets a train every 2 hours. So you'd think for that amount of numbers, when you compare it to somewhere like Strines, which we will hopefully go and visit sometime on another visiting Middley station one day. Strines on the New Mill Central line to Piccadilly gets a train every hour, but has far fewer passengers. But Middlewood, train every 2 hours roughly. Just over 21,000 people used it last year. Let me know in the comments below why it only gets a train every 2 hours. I believe it could be something to do with pathing in the Stockport Piccadilly area. I think they alternate between Middlewood and Doveholes, but I don't know. So when I move to Buxton, I'm sure I'll find out. But if you can let me know in the comments below, that'd be superb. Good old timetables. So there's Middlewood. So no, it doesn't. Yeah, it gets a train every hour to 9:18, and then it basically goes 2 hourly and goes back to hourly in the peak periods. Same out of Piccadilly. and then every 2 hours. Same on a Sunday. And then onward travel information, just as per Piddly stations. As it says here, Middlewood station has no public road. The nearest bus stop is on the A6, that's where the 199 goes. We do have taxis. As you can see, there's Middlewood, nearest road is up at High Lane for the bus. So I'm currently stood now on what is known as the Middlewood Way, but this was a railway line that shut, I believe, in 1960, and it ran from what is Rosehill Marple now, which is the terminus of course, down to Macclesfield via Bollington. So here we go, you can cycle or walk it. There's Middlewood, there's the station, there's the town of Middlewood, or village, and the old line, which is now, like I say, a bridleway, used to go all the way to Macclesfield. So this is it, a 2-track railway used to be. This is the old bridge, which is still standing. As I'll show you online now. There used to be a big junction here with a connection onto the Buxton line towards Buxton, and we'll go and try and find that now. And we'll walk a little bit of the Middlewood Way. Like I say, it's a little bit of history that's still here today. And of course now it's a bridleway. It's in use again. And just like that, this is where the old Middlewood Higher Station was. Closed in 1960. Opened by the Macclesfield, Bollington and Marple Railway. And there you have it, Middlewood Higher. So according to Google Maps and the satellite and Rail Maps UK, we're now... This is the old connection off the Buxton line, came round and went towards Macclesfield. So let's go and have a look if we can see anything. So apparently it's down this path. The rest of the footpath curves away, but the rest of the track apparently went this way. So this wonderful wild meadow used to be a railway line. How nature reclaims it. Oh, it has been what? Shut in 1960, but we'll try and get as far down as we can. There's a brook at the end of this, but I don't know actually how close we can get to look a bit overgrown. Maybe too much. Things I do for a few YouTube likes. It's not an official footpath, but there is a footpath. Or a path, and see if we can get any closer. The line's only there, but I don't think there'll be any sort of connection to it from here, because this is my current view. Like being in the rainforest, but we're in Cheshire East. I don't know if you can see that, that's where we currently are. But the blue dot, you can just see the reminiscence of the turn off of the junction here at Middlewood. But yeah, that will be it. That's as far as we can go really. But yeah, as I say, we've found basically where the junction was. Right there. Right, back we go. So we're just crossing what was again the old railway line. And as you can see, well used by cyclists, walkers and equestrians. Equestrians is a big word for me. But yeah, this line used to be quite busy back in the day, but a shadow of its former self now. As you can see behind me, the railway bridge is still standing, and it's obvious to see it was a 2-track railway. So still standing, Bridge 18 after all these years. Still got an hour here. Like I say, train every 2 hours. That one's just gone through non-stop up to Buxton. But here at Middlewood, it's been renamed 3 times. It was initially opened as Middlewood for Norbury. Then it became Middlewood for High Lane. Then it was renamed Middlewood Lower. And in 1968, after the closure, of course, of Middlewood Higher, it just became Middlewood. So there we have it. The next train to pass through Middlewood will be my train back to New Mills. And that really is about it for the first ever episode of this brand new series called Visiting Middley Stations. What a great named station to start off with, Middlewood. Just like I say, just down the road to me. So it was just a 2-stop train service. But 20,000 people use the station. And maybe that's not a fair reflection, because you get a train every 2 hours, so maybe up it to a train every hour. It's a start or an end point to many on the Middlewood Way. But when you look at other stations around the area that get a train every hour and don't get the same amount of passengers, maybe Middlewood should be given a train every hour. But I guess, like I say, probably there's pathing constraints in the Stockport, Piccadilly area. And there's another station up on the Buxton line that gets the same sort of scenario, train every 2 hours, which we'll visit one day. If you know which one it is, let me know in the comments. But as the rain starts to fall here, I'm going to go back now for a Sunday roast. And until the next episode of Visiting Middley Stations from Middlewood, and it is in the middle of the wood, ciao for now.